Hello, I'm Reverend Mark William Ennis, also known as Pastor Mark. I'm the interim pastor here at the Community Church in Glen Rock. This is the fourth Community Church conversation that we are having, and I have the honor of being with the Honorable John Curran.
There you go.
Say
The one.
hello.
Hello, hello.
Now, want to explain why I called you honorable?
Um, well, it's an honorary title given to elected officials, even former elected officials.
These folks, a lot of them don't know what you were elected to. You want to
Uh,
tell them?
Former mayor of the borough of Glen Rock.
That is terrific. Were you interested in politics like from a young age on, or
Uh,
what?
Something I should explain right at the beginning. Um, I didn't get involved in the running of the borough because I was interested in politics. I did it because I was interested in public service.
Mm-hmm.
So um, while I did get involved in politics, that wasn't my primary goal or involvement or um, reason. Um, I've
Uh,
lived in Glen Rock a long time, and so um, I know the town and was happy to contribute a little bit to its operation.
Now, anyone who knows me knows I could probably tell 1,000 politician jokes. I'm delighted to hear you say you were there for public service. How common is that? The stereotype is people go there into politics or office to enrich themselves. How true is that?
Um, I think at the local level, the idea of enriching themselves is not common.
Hmm.
Um, Most of my counterparts in other towns did what they did for the same reason,
Hmm.
for public service. So perhaps it's personal um, enrichment, but it's not monetary enrichment. It's the satisfaction of serving the town I've grown up in.
That's great. That is. And you also told me not only you were lifelong Glen Rock resident, but you're a lifelong community church member. That's true?
True.
Wow.
I My mother involved me in Sunday school the year we moved into Glen Rock. So I've known a lot of pastors at this church.
Oh yes, they come and go, but you're here. That's good. What kind of jobs do you do around the church?
Oh, well, I usher on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and I do work in the yard, in the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of several, and not the most involved in the grounds, but I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Yes, I recall taking a walk after lunch and finding you watering the bushes outside.
Well, in dry weather, they need periodic enrichment.
I agree. I think that's one reason our nation is like it is. We need spiritual watering, and fewer people go to church. And so we start getting jaded in our thinking and not spirit thinking.
They don't know what they're missing.
I agree with you. And I think in the long run, it erodes our social character and
Mm-hmm.
our personal character.
Mm-hmm.
It does. And would you please tell folks about the trip you and I went on and what we did a week ago?
Oh, the trip to the what do you call it? A care center?
A care center to
Okay.
visit a woman?
Visit a woman and give her communion,
Yes,
share communion with her.
that's right. My philosophy is if someone can't go to church, not
Mhm.
won't, can't, church needs to bring communion to her. And we need elders to do that. And
Mhm.
John was the first one to step up. In our tradition, elders determine who and when we
Mhm.
do sacraments.
And one thing I came away from that communion with was how much she appreciated our
Mhm.
going there and sharing communion with her.
Yes, yes, she did. And I had the honor of doing it again on Tuesday this week. Yeah, not only the woman we brought it to lit up, but her aide lit up, her
Mm.
daughter lit up. It was like something they'd never seen before,
Mhm.
which I don't comprehend. I've always done shut-in
Mhm.
communion visits. I think, people now are into what DoorDash. I think the church invented DoorDash. We've been bringing communion to homes for how many
Uh-huh.
years? We are spiritual DoorDash. And but I invite people to come to church and get your spiritual refreshment. But here's the real perk. You get to meet this gentleman, former mayor John.
I like that term, spiritual DoorDash.
Thank you.
Um,
My wife came up with that last night when I was talking to her.
um, but it's more than a dash. It's like a full dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it stays with the individual longer than just a meal.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's good to do it.
And if we neglect that spiritual feeding, we're not going to notice it instantly or even in a month,
Hmm.
but eventually it erodes
Hmm.
who we are as people.
Hmm.
So if you folks are staying away, I invite you to come back, especially first Sundays of the month. We have our communion Sundays. And beginning in November, we have a second service we're going to be starting, not at 10 in the morning, but at 5 Sunday afternoon, because some people just can't make it Sunday mornings. They have to work. Well, we want to give a time that works for you. And if you come by this Sunday at 10 a.m., you'll get to meet the mayor himself. Get spirit charged.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me. Not many people will.
Are we off?
Not yet. We're not off, but any final words before I get off?
Um, come Sunday morning and be spiritually refreshed.
Wonderful. And in this crazy country now, with people talking nasty to each other and
Mhm.
yelling and people getting fearful, spiritual refreshment means finding the peace
Mhm.
that only God can give.
Sure does.
Come by. You'll be warmly welcome.